Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel. I am a commercially rated helicopter pilot. I am one of the 5,000 women helicopter pilots in the world, and the select few who have advanced ratings like being commercially rated. I am a commercially rated helicopter pilot. These are words, and even after all these years, I've been commercially rated since 2015. I still haven't fully internalized it. And I think it comes down to it's so easy as women to dismiss our accomplishments, especially when somebody, especially a man, makes some sort of a negative comment and places that little seed of doubt that makes us question not only our accomplishments, but who we are. Are we good enough? After I got my private rating, after the check ride guy, John Pyle, passed me, and another pilot, another instructor, John Halalzi, said, "Oh, I bet you he thought you were cute and that's why he passed you." To this day, I do not understand why I let that creep into my subconscious self and make it really question my ability as a helicopter pilot. Did I really deserve it? Did I really earn that? And yet I did. I checked all the boxes for the oral portion, and then I did the flying, and I passed, within the standards. And then I continued to fly, and I continued to improve myself as a pilot. But it's also really tricky because when you fly with a new flight instructor, there are always different expectations, and so the target is always moving. And flight instructors are always looking for ways for you to improve. And so the target is always moving. And this is something that is so individual to yourself. You don't really have a way to objectively compare yourself against any other sort of standard. And so for me, already being a little insecure, already wondering if I was good enough, and then to have John say that really made it so that I constantly questioned whether I was a good pilot. Now, one of my flight instructors, Paul Harris, has said, I am a good pilot, but I don't believe him. And then another one of my flight instructors, Rebecca, has also said that I am a good pilot. And yet I haven't fully believed her, and I haven't internalized that I am, in fact, a good pilot. And it's all because of that one negative comment. And it is so annoying that I continue to question my abilities, question my accomplishments, even question saying I'm a commercially rated helicopter pilot because of the one thing that John said back in, 2008, 2009? Can't remember exactly when it was. So 13 years later, I'm still questioning my abilities as a pilot. I know I can't be the only woman who struggles with this, who at some point accomplished something that's generally, let's say, in a man's field or something that isn't generally expected, and had one person plant that seed of doubt and made you wonder, am I still good? Am I good enough? And I wonder how it is that you deal with that. I know right now I'm actively working on being confident and believing it, and knowing that being a helicopter pilot or many other things, it's lifelong learning. There's always opportunity for growth, and there's always opportunity for learning, but that does not dismiss or somehow negate the original accomplishment. I remember back when I was running, and I was running half marathons, and maybe I took a couple months off, and I was like, well, am I still a runner? I took 2 years off essentially from flying. Was I still a pilot? Absolutely. I had still accomplished becoming a commercially rated helicopter pilot. And at the time when I was running, I was still running. I just wasn't necessarily running super fast or running half marathons. It did not make it so that I wasn't a runner. Same thing. Right now I'm not actively writing my book, but I wrote Piloting Your Life, so I'm still an author. And when I take a break from recording YouTube videos or TikToks, doesn't mean that I'm no longer a YouTuber. It just means that I'm taking a break. So I'm working on this, and I was wondering if any of you struggle with this, and if you do, or if you don't struggle with this, you have any tips for the rest of us? We'd love to hear. And with that, Finn, anything interesting on that?
No, it just reminds me of the whole concept of imposter syndrome, which you've talked about before, and how a lot of people really struggle with waiting positive and negative feedback, because too often negative feedback confirms your like deep down insecurities, and it feels like it's true even if it's not, whereas positive feedback can often feel like the person is lying to you to make you feel better, even if it is more accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's science behind it, and there, we as humans, something about self-preservation, something from way back in the day, I know there's stuff about it, but I am a firm believer we can get past this crap, and it's just a matter of doing the right work and retraining the brain. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is retraining my brain. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. And if you are an older subscriber, and I'm not saying by age, thank you so much for coming back. And even despite the breaks that we've had, because I've been unwilling to get on camera if my hair or makeup isn't done, which I'm going to do another video on that, because that's another kind of ridiculous thing. So with that, let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.